Hello, I'm going to be talking about tips on how not to get hacked tonight. Hi, my name is Chrissy Blevio. I'm a busy mom and an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm a little off right now. It's just about to go live and my son came home. Anyway, so yes, I was listening to a podcast today. It was a life hacker podcast, and they had a former anonymous member on there. I think a lot of you know that group, Anonymous, with those kind of scary, freaking masks, and they hack into systems and they make threats. Anyway, this guy was actually a member of Anonymous, and he got caught. He got arrested. He got caught doing something, hacking, I guess. And instead of going to jail, he decided to work with the FBI. So they had him on as a guest. And he was talking about hacking and how we can protect ourselves from getting hacked while we're online doing, whatever we're doing, or on our emails and all those things. So, hi, Erica. Thank you for joining me tonight. So if you feel like you have any friends or anybody who would benefit from this information on how not to get hacked, or, there's no 100%, guarantee, but how to protect themselves, please click the share button. I don't know where it is, but it's at the bottom there. If you can share it with your friends before I get started, that'd be great. Anyway, so yes, it was a really cool, in-depth conversation on this podcast. And he had some great tips, and some of them are a couple of ones I had spoken to when I got my Facebook hacked. So anyway, here we go. Tip number 1. You got to choose harder passwords. And I know I'm guilty of that. We hear that all the time, right? But a lot of us still don't do that. But he brought up a good point. I guess LinkedIn, 200 million accounts from LinkedIn got hacked 6 years ago. And because there were people on LinkedIn that use the same password for different platforms, there's still people getting hacked today because that password they used for LinkedIn 6 years ago, they're using for other things. So they've got the password now. 6 years later, they're getting hacked. Change your password. It has to be something hard. It has to be something crazy that nobody would ever think of. So I know what you're saying. I got to keep track of all these passwords. It seems like you always have to make a password for whatever you're doing. I actually have an address book that I use, because you can put your contacts in your phone. I don't need to write everything down, or maybe I should. I don't know. But anyway, I have an address book, and I write all my passwords in my address book, which I keep hidden somewhere. And it's right there, alphabetical order. If I need to get into something, I can just look it up, and there's my password. The passwords are crazy. They don't make any sense. And that way, I don't have to remember them. They're there. There's also, he suggested a password manager called KeePass. And I guess that's right on your computer, and it will bring up and your password and let you get in there. But change your passwords. Make them something hard. Make them something nonsensical, and something and make a new one for every single account. Number 2, two-factor authentication. I spoke about this before. A lot of your social media accounts have this. Your email accounts should have this. I believe all mine do. You go in, you sign. It takes a minute. Sign up for two-factor authentication. Now, you can do it 2 ways. They can send a code to your email. What you do is when you're logging into this platform or your email, you put in the password, but then they send a code to your phone or your email. So, maybe I guess another email. He said the safest thing is to have it sent to your cell phone. So go into all your platforms, set up two-factor authentication, and have them send it to your phone. The code goes to your phone. That way, if somebody somewhere else is trying to get into your account, they can have your password, but they're not going to have that code. And he said this was pretty effective. So two-factor authentication. Number 3, your security questions. I know a lot of people saw that meme going around, what's the first concert you've ever been to? Or questions like that, like, where did you grow up? Or, think about it before you answer those questions, because a lot of your security questions are those, right? I mean, what's your, where'd you grow up? Or what's your favorite this? Or what's your favorite that? Think twice before you answer that. That might be a security question. This gentleman said today, take 20 minutes, a half hour, go into all your platforms, change your passwords, change your security questions. And I would add personally, I would change the questions and put like the wrong answer, because a lot of the questions they give you an option of what questions. A lot of them are, questions or things you might mention on social media. Paris Hilton, I guess, got hacked. I didn't know that. I don't pay too much attention to her. But anyway, I guess back in the day, she got hacked. Well, the password to her account was her dog's name, and she talked about her dog all day long on social media. So you get the point. Change those answers, change those questions, maybe put in the wrong answer, as long as you keep track of it. And like I said, an address book works great for me. Number 4, VPNs. VPNs are a virtual private network. Now this is if you do not, because there's a lot of talk about privacy issues. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Erica. Hi, Betty. A lot of people are worried about privacy online. I mean, you want to go online and you want to go look at websites and shop or do whatever you're doing, research, and you don't really want somebody watching what you're doing. Well, if you go through a virtual private network, whatever sites you're visiting, they can't see your IP address. They see the address to the network that you're signed up with. So that's a great way of keeping your activity online private. And this gentleman actually subscribes to one. He didn't say which, but he does advise that. Number 5, don't think that you're not important enough or rich enough or whatever you're doing online isn't interesting enough that you won't get hacked. Okay, if you have any money, and you don't have to have a lot of money, because listen, if you don't have a lot of money, if somebody sucked it all out of your account, that's still hurt, right? These people are phishing, and phishing is the biggest threat to all of us that are online. Phishing, they're trying to get, it's all about money, people. It's always about money. They're either trying to get your bank account information, and you know how your email's connected to your social media. If they get in there, they get your email. If they can get into your email, they'll be able to intercept those messages from your bank. If they get your cell phone number, a lot of banks, when you call up, or a lot of companies, period, now they can identify you by the number you're calling with. So if this guy can hack into your phone or you use your phone number, when he calls your bank, they think they're recognizing you. It's always to get at your money. So they're going to phish to get information to get into your email, to get at your bank, or your cell phone to get at your bank, or they want to get to your family and friends and pretend to be you so they can ask for money, which is the purpose, I would imagine, behind somebody hacking, well, setting up a fake profile, that was me, and then sending my friends friend requests. And on that, I did do a video on that, and I'll just remind you that you can go in to your friends, click on your, where it says friends, when you're in your profile, and you can edit that so only you can see your friends. Okay, so if they set up a fake profile, because they're not in your profile, they can't go over and one by one, go after your friends. Although I guess they could look at your feed a little bit, but still it really hampers their ability. And that's so they can ask them for money, send you that crazy message that you're stranded in somewhere and you need money. Anyway, those were the security tips. I'll tell you also, the woman that was interviewing him, he noticed she had paper over the camera in her laptop. That little camera, even if you don't use it, there's a little camera on your laptop. And he told her, I noticed you have that covered. And she said, yeah, am I being paranoid? And he said, no, you're doing the right thing. Cover all those cameras. So yeah, get a little Post-it or piece of tape, whatever. Cover any of those little cameras, even on your phone. I mean, I'll be honest. I cover up my phone. I shut my laptop. Because there are weirdos, that can tap into that. There's just too much evidence that they can do that. So I don't need anybody watching the crazy stuff I do. Anyway, those are tips to protect yourself, protect your family, your friends, your bank account, and just the hassle it is when somebody gets into your private information. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or famous or what you're doing you think is important. They're after your information. They're after maybe getting money from your friends or your bank account. So you want to really protect yourself. So if you came into the broadcast late, please go back to the beginning, take notes on those tips, go change your passwords, change your security questions, do the 2-factor authentication, and you might want to check out the virtual private network to do your browsing. Anyway, I hope you found that useful, or I hope you found the information valuable. If you did, please like my post or give me a comment. Have any of you been hacked? Do you know any tricks or tips that I didn't mention that could help other people watching this broadcast, please leave it in the comments below. And if you know someone who would benefit from this information, please tag them in the comments, or better yet, share my video. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic night. I'm going to go do my laps now. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.